Hey, welcome to the primary group video for May 4th, the week of May 4th. This week we are going to be doing our Mother's Day project, so dads, you might want to help out on this one. We are going to make this little hand holding some flowers to give to mom today. I think that's super cute. This is for my 3 to 5 year olds. You can, at the end if you want, you can add a special saying on there, make it like a little card to mom, something that would be really cute as well. But I'm going to show you what you're going to need to do to make this project. All right, so the materials you're going to need. You are going to need a sheet of construction paper for your background, so any color that you choose for that. You're going to want another one that you're going to trace your hand and part of your arm on, so any color that you want to use is your skin color. And then you're going to need 3 flowers with each a different color of construction paper. So I've already cut out 2. I'm going to do a pink one, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, if you're doing this from home, you should receive a stencil emailed to you, so you'll be able to have a stencil for your flower, or you can go ahead and try to draw it if you want. I have already taken my stencil and cut it out, so you'd cut out your stencil, and then you would place it on your paper and cut that out. So I'm just going to cut out this flower so I have it all set and ready for making our project. Do it really quick and then we'll go through the rest of what we need. Okay, almost there. Okay. So you're going to need that 3 colors for your flowers. So I've got all 3 of my flowers ready. You're going to need 3 pipe cleaners. Now if you don't have pipe cleaners, you can also take some green construction paper and cut them into thin strips, and if you don't have that but you have some white printer paper, you can color those with some green crayon or pastels or markers or paint, and then let it dry, and then you can cut it into strips and use that. Okay, so that will work as well. Lastly, you're going to need a couple more things. You're going to need just a little bit of tissue paper I have here. You can actually use Kleenex or something and just cut it up and use that. I'm going to use a little bit of oil pastels. Crayons work too if you have crayons. Glue, and you already have your scissors. So those are all the materials that you're going to need for this project, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do is get the paper that I'm going to use as my skin color for my hand, okay? So you want some of the arm to show as well. Now I have a big hand. Your kids will be able to have more of an arm on their paper. So forgive me for that. So what you're going to do is trace it. I'm sorry, I didn't mention you're going to need a pencil. So you're going to trace your hand. And trace that arm too. So I have some of the arm coming. All right? All right. Now for me, I'm going to see if I can make my hand a little bit smaller so you can understand better about how it's supposed to look with a longer arm. Okay. So once you have your hand on there traced, then you're going to cut it out, okay? Again, I'm going to try to make mine a little bit smaller, just so it doesn't take up all the paper. Just cut that out. Okay. There. So now I've got my little hand and arm all cut out. All right, set that aside. Now, your next step is you're going to want to glue the hand onto the paper, okay? You're going to want to glue the hand. Let me see, I want to go this way. So I'm going to put the hand, see how I kind of went on the corner of my paper, and I put the flat edge there, and I'm going to glue the arm part down on the, let me turn it a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm going to put the glue on the back of this to the arm part, okay? Or actually to the palm. We're going to glue until here because I want to be able to bend my fingers over. We'll glue that down later. So I'm just gluing on the back side right here, okay? So I'm going to pick it up, put the glue just like that, okay? So it's not all the way on the whole hand. And then I'm going to press it down, press, press, press. So it's glued like that, okay? So when we're going to put the next thing we're going to do is put our pipe cleaners in, and then we can just fold the hand so it's grasping the flowers, okay? All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is get my pipe cleaners. And I'm going to add some glue to the paper where I want to place them. And I will tell you, I'm going to show you this. I think that's a bit long. I don't want my flower all the way up, so actually what I'm going to do is pull my pipe cleaner down just a little bit. And I'm going to trim some off the end with my scissor. Excuse me. Press it to the glue. Mine is coming off the glue, so I'm going to add a little bit more. It'll stay glued down better once we fold the hand over on it also. Okay, so glue your pipe cleaner down. So you can trim some of the pipe cleaner off as needed. Now I'm going to take mine and set the pipe cleaner where I want it and then see where I'm going to trim it. I'm going to trim that off this time before I try to glue it on so I don't have a mess. Okay, so I add my glue. You can bend the pipe cleaners are bendy, right? So you can just bend it and place it where you want it. Again, it will stick better once we fold the fingers over. Okay. All right, so once you've got the pipe cleaners where you want them, then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the hand. Okay? Press it, press it, press it. All right, so I added glue to my hand on the inside and press the fingers down. Then you can kind of press your pipe cleaners a little bit more. They will stick better once everything has had time to dry. And the flowers will kind of hold the top parts of the stems down as well. Okay? I've got a lot of glue in my hands. Let me get that off. All right, so we're going to kind of set this aside, let it dry for a little bit. So now we're going to work on the flowers. So I'm going to lay those out in front of me. And the next thing I want to do with the flowers, I want to color the petals some. So I've got myself some of these oil pastels, and I'm going to color in the petals of my flowers. Now mine, I have a lot of different, let me show you, a lot of different shades of the same kind of color, different shades of purple and blue and whatnot on there. So I'm going to find the shades that kind of match the flowers because that looks prettier, I think. So as far as purple goes, I would start by adding, I'm going to do a little bit and then I'll show you what it looks like to each petal. Okay, I've got one shade of purple that I'm adding to all the petals. Now I'm not worried about coloring inside the middle because I'm going to put some tissue paper in the middle of these. Okay, so I just put, see that shade of purple on there? And now I'm going to take a darker shade. Okay, I'm going to take a darker shade and kind of go around the edges. I'll do it really quickly and kind of show you what I mean. And you can be creative. If you really want to add some pink to your purple, you can do that too. Okay, so now I've added dark all around the edges, if you can see that. And lastly, with the color on this one, I'm going to add, I like to add a little white to them. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of white on the edges in the middle a little bit. And I'll show you what that looks like. There you go. So now it's a little lighter. So when we add we're going to add the yellow tissue paper. Let's show you one of these. I'll finish one up. So I've got some tissue paper. Just going to scrunch it up. Put a little dab of glue in the middle. And then put your tissue paper right in the middle. Just like that. Okay? So you're going to continue and just do that on the other two flowers. You're going to pick the colors that you want for those flowers. I've got a yellow one. And I don't think yellow on yellow would be exactly nice. So I'm going to take a little bit of this bright kind of orangey color and put it on my yellow. I think that would look better. And maybe even a little red would be pretty on this one because we're going to put a yellow or an orange red, a reddish orange. We're going to put that on. And I'm also going to put, I like to add the white highlights. Okay. I'm going to get some more of that yellow tissue paper. They're little squares. You can cut little pieces, little squares. Glue in the middle. Just like that. Okay. So now I've got two. Now I've got a pink flower. So I'm going to take some of this darker pink. Add that, and then I'll add like a medium shade pink, probably in a white. Oh, here's one that's a little lighter. It's almost like a salmony, orangey pink. That's kind of pretty. And then a white to the edges. This can be a pretty flower. So pinks and then yellow in the middle. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue. Grab my little square piece of yellow tissue paper, put it in the middle. And there's another flower like that. Okay, so now I have all three of my flowers are all set. So now this would have dried a bit more, okay? So you want to dry and have them stick down, but the flowers will stick down, again, better when we add the glue. So now I'm going to add the glue, just going right on the top of the pipe cleaners. And then I'm going to go ahead and press my flowers down right on the top. So it goes right over the top of the pipe cleaners, and that helps to hold them down. Okay. I have a little extra glue on here, so hopefully you'll be a little bit more careful with yours than apparently I was. But so there you have it. So now we've got another hand holding some flowers. And again, you can write a really sweet message to mom on there, or, you know, a little picture or something. Or you can add little fingernails if you're a little girl, and you can, or little rings or whatever. So you can make it a little bit more creative and have fun with it. And hope she enjoys it. And everybody have a happy Mother's Day. And we'll see you next time.